Hi everyone. So today we're going through some data displays and trying to learn how to read them. So first we're on page 513 in your binder. So grab that and let's work on this. So we've got this kind of crazy big chart here. It says distribution of household income 2019. So anytime you're looking at a data display, you want to look at the axes. What does everything represent? We've got household income and a bunch of dollar amounts. Okay, so that's how much money every household is making, all the different households. And then percentage of households up there. So we look and we see, okay, 6%, 4%, 2%. Okay, so let's start talking about some questions here. So number one, approximately what percentage of all U.S. households make under $5,000 per year? So I'm going to look for under $5,000 on the graph. That's going to be right here. All right, approximately what percent? Looks like it's about 3%, halfway between 2 and 4, so about 3%. Sometimes you can use the little squiggly equal sign, means approximately, so approximately 3%. Okay, number two, what percentage of all U.S. households make at least $200,000 per year? So at least 200,000 means they would make 200,000 or potentially they would make more. So let's see. Let's find 200,000. Okay, 200,000 right there. So 200,000 to 249 and 250 and over. So if it's at least 200,000, it's going to be both of those categories, right? So what percentage make that much? Let's see. Let's add it up. That's about 4%, and that's about 6%, so about 10%. Okay. Let's look at the next question. Okay. Which income interval is greatest by percentage? Well, what's the highest percentage? That would be 250,000 and above. I'm looking over here. The highest bar is 250,000 and above. Now that's a little misleading though, right? Because that's any amount from 250,000 and above, whereas all these are only little $5,000 increments. Okay, but that is the highest one, 250,000 plus. Number four, the poverty level is defined in 2019 as 26,500 for a family of four. If we round it to 25,000, and that's just to make sure we match what our graph looks like here, at what is the total percentage of households falling below the poverty level? Okay, so below the poverty level means I want to be below 25,000. So that's going to be all of those. So I have to add those up. So sometimes it helps to maybe write little numbers on there. So there's 3, 2, 4, 4, and do I want this one? Yeah, 4. So that'd be 4, 8, 12, plus 5 more is 17, so about 17%. And number 5, the graph states the median household income is 68,000. What do you think that means? And so we can see that if I zoom out a little here, maybe not. There we go. So we can see it says the median income is 68,000. Well, median kind of sounds like middle, and really that is, it's the middle value where 50% are above and 50% are below. So for now we'll say it's the middle value for the data. Okay. All right, so that's all for this page. Let's flip to the next one. Okay, graph 2. How often do Americans travel? Let's take a look here. So what percent of Americans have traveled 4 to 5 times in the previous 12 months? So in this one, we've got kind of a bar graphy. How often do Americans travel? Share of U.S. respondents who have embarked on one of the following numbers private trips in the last 12 months in percents. 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 10, and gives percents. Okay, so let's see. What percent have traveled 4 to 5 times in the previous 12 months? 12%. What percent have traveled 4 or more times? So 4 to 5 was that. 4 or more means we're going to have to do some adding, right? So 4 or more would be 4 or 5, 6 to 10, more than 10. That'd be all three of those. So I would want 12, 5, and 6. 12 plus 11 is 23%. What percent have taken either one trip or no trips? So let's make sure we get all those. One trip would be 19. One trip or no trips, not at all, 27. So it's 19 and 27, 37, 46. 46%. We just add them up. What do all the percents add up to? Let's see. We could do 19 plus 31 plus 12 plus 5 plus 6 plus 27. Let's see. That is 50. 67, 73, 100. Oh, that should make sense, right? If everyone's picking one of these choices, the percent should add up to 100. How many people were surveyed? Wait, how are we supposed to know that? Well, we got to read the fine print. Check it out down here. 10,011 respondents. So how many people were surveyed? 10,011. All right. Graph 3, about Nikola Jokic, player for the Denver Nuggets. How many points did Nikola Jokic average in the 2023 NBA Finals? So we've got this chart here in good company. Players that average 30 points per game in any NBA Finals series. And what? Let's see. Can we find Jokic's name on here? There he is. Nikola Jokic, 2023. Points per game is down the side here. So Jokic averaged 30.2 points per game in the 2023 NBA Finals. Who averaged 32.4 points per game in the 2009? So, the years are a little hard to find there, so I'm going to look at see if I see 32.4 somewhere. 32.4. Oh, there it is. Who was it? 2009, Kobe Bryant. Kobe had a nice finals that year. Kobe Bryant. How many years did Michael Jordan average 30 points per game in the NBA Finals? Let's see. In case player has done it multiple times. So I see Michael Jordan up here. She's purple. And it looks like he's done it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. The best one was 41. So how many years did he do it? 5 years. Who's the player that averaged 30 points per game the longest ago in the finals? Let's find the oldest year here. 91's pretty old. Let's see, 1980, 1995, oh, there it is, 1950. George Mikan. George Mikan in 1950. Okay, next page. All right, federal budget. Ooh, fun. 2018 federal budget. These kind of look like pie charts. They look like really fancy pie charts. There's a lot on here. So in this case, it might be better to know that we've got a lot to look at. We've got something that says outlays, something that says revenues, mandatory spending, a lot of different things in here. Let's look at the questions first, and then we can figure out, okay, what do we need? So look at the revenue circle. Oh, it tells us. Okay, look at the revenue circle. That's that one up there. Okay. The 3.3 trillion is the total budget for revenue. Outlays are how much the government budgeted to spend. How much did the government budget for outlays in 2018? Okay, so it tells us how revenues work. We got to do outlays. Outlays, that must be 4.1 trillion. 4.1 trillion. We can just do T for trillion and put a dollar sign. Okay. How much money did the government budget to spend on Social Security in 2018? Okay, so I got to find Social Security somewhere. It's spend, so I'm looking in my outlays. And, oh, there we go, Social Security. How much money? So they want to know how much money, so I'm looking for the dollar amount. 982 billion. 982 billion. Okay, that's a lot. Approximately what percent of the total budget is that? So this is sort of a tricky question because we see right there 4.9% of GDP. GDP is not the budget. GDP stands for gross domestic product. That's not what it means. It means the budget is this, how much they're spending. Approximately what percent of that budget? Well, that's where, like, what slice of the pie is that? Is it A, 5% of the pie, B, 25% of the pie, or C, 50% of the pie? And if you think about that, it's about a quarter of that circle. So we would say B, 25%. Okay. 3, approximately what percent of revenues are from individual income taxes? It's not 8.3. What percent of a revenue circle? Yeah, so now we're going to look at the revenue circle. Okay. What percent of that is individual income taxes? Okay. What percent of that circle? It's about half the circle, so 50%. Approximately. Okay. Which category do outlays for transportation and education fall into? Let's see what it says. We got to find those words. Transportation and education. Transportation, education. So I'm looking at all these gray things, looking for the words transportation and education. Ooh, there we go. They're in I think 2 different answers you could give. You could give discretionary spending, or you could give non-dispense. I think we want discretionary spending here. Discretionary spending. Just make sure I know how to spell that. Tiona. Discretionary. All right, we're going to stop there. So thanks for watching.